Charlie never does. What's the deal with that?
Dude, it's the same at practice. If it was -5 degrees out there, he'd still be wearing no shirt. It's just the way he is, man. He's up from the mountains of Georgia and it doesn't get cold.
So basically you're saying he's a hillbilly.
Yeah, a little bit.
We're talking to him, and he didn't get to play against Alabama last year. He played in this game, but obviously against Auburn. And he said, it does mean a little extra to him because of the fact that he kind of had to have that helpless feeling, sit and watch. I mean, what does it mean to you to kind of have another crack at this? A lot of people are saying it's just another game, but does it really go that way for you?
Yeah, I mean, even bigger than the opponent, just to have another crack at another SEC championships, no small feat. It's such a good conference, and it's so tough to get to this point that, it feels good to have another chance to defend, the championship. And, it definitely means a lot, and, to have Charlie be a part of it, playing against this opponent, I know he's excited about that. And, I kind of forgot about it, actually. We were sitting there watching film, going over some personnels, and he was like, dude, I didn't play in this game last year. So it kind of hit me that, he didn't play. So, this is a big moment for him and for the team, the organization as a whole, the school. So, we're excited to go out there and play in this game.
Both of you guys were recruited really heavily by them. I think they were probably one of the schools that you considered the most there in your recruitment as well. What is that, just a distant past at this point, or is there any familiarity there, or any, does that add any fuel to the fire for you?
I wouldn't say so. I know a ton of people over there, just, usually as I do, at every program we play. It's just part of recruiting. You get to know people, and got friends that go there and whatnot. But, I wouldn't say, that at all. But, I definitely have a lot of respect for them and what they've done. And, they're a great team. I'm excited for the challenge. And, we can go out there and do our thing.
Saban and Kiffin came in, did it in home?
Yeah, Coach Saban and Coach Kiffin were my two primary recruiters.
What do you remember about them visiting again?
They were great. They were always great in my recruitment, and they made the extra effort to come see me, even when I was down at IMG. And
that was where they visited you?
Yeah, down there. And then they came and saw my parents, while they were up in Georgia. So, that's about what I remember from it.
Were you teammates with Swabian Smith?
I was. He was on my team at IMG.
Yeah. So, do you keep in touch at all with him? And what about maybe running across him in Mercedes?
Yeah, me and Swabian talk from every now and then. We still stay in touch, and that's a guy I'm gonna be excited to see. I haven't seen him in a while, and now we got a chance to play him. So, excited for that one. If there might be a chance where he's lined up on me, might not, but I'd love to get a crack at him too.
How healthy is the dynamic? I asked Charlie this as well, of being such a large underdog. I mean, you guys have been favored to win every week. Georgia's supposed to win. Georgia's supposed to win. Now it's 2-touchdown underdog against a historically good team. It's done something nobody's done since Yale in 1888. Is it healthy to be that big of an underdog?
Well, to be honest with you, I didn't even know that. I don't look at it like that at all. Every week they put up numbers, and you see them either not come to fruition or they're right on the dot. So, I haven't looked at them at all. I didn't even know that, but I'm just trying to prepare the best to be able to come out and beat these guys, and so that's kind of how we're approaching it.
When you guys go back out there Friday, you got Georgia and Alabama, familiarity with each other, the site, two huge games there last year. Is it going to be? So a lot of teams would have kind of been in all of it. These two teams, is it more just going to be like, okay? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, a little bit of that. Still, I mean, any experience I've had running out there for the SEC championship or the national championship, it still, kind of strikes you as it's just amazing. You can't. I mean, it's kind of one of those moments where you can't even believe you're in it. But I'm excited to get back out there. I know it's going to be a packed house. It's going to be loud. It's going to be exciting. There's a lot of good players running around. It's going to be a really good game. So, I would definitely say there's that off factor still.
What about the walkthrough Friday? That probably won't be as awe-inspiring as last year, right? You guys haven't been in that building, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, this time it's going to be a little more familiar for the older guys. Obviously with the younger guys, it's going to be their first time seeing it. So, it's going to be another cool experience, and I'm excited for this one for sure.
You talked about film study, 33, Anthony Jennings. So what was your impressions of him? Do you remember him at all?
Yeah. Well, he didn't play against us last year because he was injured.
That's right.
But no, he's a big physical guy. He's a really good player. Their whole defensive line's got very good players. They got good backers, good DBs. They're a solid football team all around. But the good news is we get to practice big DNs, big physical DNs as well. So it's nothing that we haven't seen before.
What is it like getting a chance to face off the Alabama game, considering last year's game was a game where one play here or there in so many different spots could have swung?
Yeah. Obviously we left that game with a bad taste in our mouth. So it's going to be fun to go out there and try to get that taste out. And, you look at these games; they come down to 1 or 2 plays. It seems like, and we want to make sure that this time, we're on the other side of those 1 or 2 plays and getting the win. But like I said, they're a solid team. We got a solid team. It should be a great game.
And from an offense, I know y'all mentioned last week, when you're playing offense like Georgia Tech, you want to capitalize on every opportunity, every position. Do you kind of feel a little bit of that same thing this week when you're going against an offense that's scoring, 45, 50 points a game?
Yeah, absolutely. With them being as explosive as they are on offense, we need to score when we get the ball, and there needs to be that urgency as well. They got a solid defense too, so we got to make sure we execute and take advantage of every drive and try to get points on the board.
I'm going to go a little off the radar here on something else. The Georgia Tech coach announced that he was retiring. I don't know if you saw that, but that could mean no more option Georgia Tech. How much you're there at practice all the time. How much more practice time now is there for Georgia to work against conventional offenses? Because I know that option was a big part of what you guys did year round to prepare for that game, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We work on it a ton, more than people would know. And, I think if that offense did change, there would be a lot of happy people around here, for sure.
You said the atmosphere and the environment won't be nearly as awe-inspiring. What would you say to the younger players that haven't been in that stadium before, haven't been in the experience of the SEC championship?
My biggest advice is that, at the end of the day, it's still a game. You just got to go out there and play and not get too wrapped up in the lights and all the people and the atmosphere, because it can be really distracting. It's loud. It's a beautiful spectacle. There's tons of people there, and they do it up big for these games. So, just to relax, settle in, and realize that we still got a game to play, and all those other distractions, they're just distractions. So just focus on the game.
Sorry, isn't that your MO kind of though? You were the #1 tight end recruit. You were at IMG. You were at the Elite 11. You've always kind of been a spotlight kind of guy. Are you telling me it still doesn't? You still have an awe factor, because it looks like the spotlight is where you're most comfortable based on your career.
Yeah, I love playing in big games. I love playing against good competition. But still, when I hit the field sometimes, I'm still like a little kid in a candy shop. It's amazing to me. Just some of the spots that I'm playing in and some of the events I'm playing in. So, I think there's that side of it that keeps me going and keeps me wanting to play the game, and that's the love for the game that I have. But I love being in those moments. I love playing in big games, and that's one of the reasons why I came to the University of Georgia.
You talk about capitalizing on opportunities again. How much did y'all, as an offense, feel like you left out on the field in the second half last year? I guess you only had the 1 touchdown after halftime, the long one to Miko. How much, when you look at film from that game, you think we maybe could have done more than we ended up getting?
Yeah, it's always tough to look back on. Watching the film from last year, brought up some bad memories. But we used that game as a learning tool, to see what could we've done better, and I think that's a lot of stuff we focused on in practice this week to fix and make sure that we do capitalize on those drives and make sure that we execute and get that extra first down and extend more drives and do certain stuff like that. So we definitely been working on it. We don't forget.
If you guys win, you're probably in the playoff. Have you guys heard some of the, well, if you lose and it's close, you might get in, or if Oklahoma loses? Have you kind of gone through your head about some of the scenarios?
Not really. For us, our goal is to win. And if we win it, everything will take care of itself. So, that's our main focus, is to go in there and win. Obviously, whatever happens, it'll all work itself out. But our goal is to win, and we know that if we do that, we'll be all right.
Thanks, Thanks.